Wonderful. All right, guys, so I'm in the garden, but I want to show you guys something. I ain't get rain for a few days, and a lot of my slip them is small. I'm not worried about the big one, because once the big ones start growing, I really don't need to water them, because I already plant them a certain way that I know they could last for a period of time without water. But these are seedlings that I set, and they already, I know they need some water. Even some down here, they need some water. Even these okra slips, I definitely know they need some water. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go down to the creek and get water. So you see, guys, this garden do not use pipe water. It only use rainwater. No, that's what I'm trying to basically do everything natural, guys. And guess what, guys? Look what's going on here. Look here. That's a whole patch of squash just goes up right there in the garden. Ain't that a blessing? Look, the amount just grows up. So this is a good thing, man. When you're doing these gardening, you could leave stuff and they just shoot right back up. Because that may be a squash I leave there, and then it decay, and then the seeds them just bust right up. So look the amount of squash I got here. So I don't know if you guys want to take the journey with me, but I also have a flowers down there that I want to cut a piece from. So if you guys want to journey with me, let's go. So yes, so I basically going and try to get some water. Just for the small slip, I don't usually wet the big ones because I know they could last. So just take this nice, beautiful walk with me. Smell nice down inside here. Some kind of plant is pushing off a beautiful flowers, a beautiful scent, like paw fruit. All right, guys, this is an elderberry plant right here, growing up right here. These plants, these are plant named leather skin. You guys can do your research on leather skin, and they say these jellies, these fruits, they use them and make jelly. So this plant basically, mostly you will find them in China and those areas. This is where I find compost as well. You see here one. All that is compost, natural compost. So from time to time I come down in here with my shovel and my pick and I get those rotten tree trunks and they help the grow your plants pretty well. Alright guys, so this plant produce such a beautiful flowers that it catch my eyes. Yes, it definitely catch my eyes. So what I want to do, I want to grab a few cuttings from this plant and see if they're gonna come anything. But this is a plant I just love the flowers. Beautiful. So I'm gonna cut it right here. It's hard for me to do it with one hand, but I'm trying. And it also pushes a beautiful scent. All right, so I'm gonna use this as a cutting and a few more pieces. I think G Mama says she want a piece of it, so I'm gonna try and see if I can get them going, and then I can always get a piece for her. Okay, so this is it right here. So I'm going to, a matter of fact, I'm going to stick this in the earth because a lot of plants I cut, all I do is stick them in the earth and they start growing. Especially now it's springtime, so this is the right time to put them in the earth. Okay. All right, so I just need a bucket of water. So I'm gonna come down here and I'm gonna go in the deepest part and grab me some water. This is nice sun right here. All right guys, so I get my bucket of water, so I'm heading back up to wet those small plants. All right, so just look at the flowers. Very beautiful flowers, beautiful. Oh, and it smells nice. It smells nice. My goodness. Wow. This is a good plant, so I wanna take them. Have another piece here as well. Okay, so this is 2 pieces I have. Okay, so now I'm heading back to go and give those small plants some water. You see, all these stakes, you see how these stakes is? I can use these stakes to stake my tomato plants them. So I can come inside here and get a few pieces of these sticks and stake my tomato, my pepper, whatever I want to stake. Nature have a lot to offer, guys. Sometimes we just don't know it because we have no idea. But I tell you this, without nature, we wouldn't be able to be here. You see, the trees, the big trees go through the same thing we go through, right? Why I tell you that, right? You know, sometimes we grow old and we die and we just die and they put us in the grave and then we decay. The same thing with the trees. Sometimes they grow old and they just die. Okay? With the trees now, I'm going to show you the length of these trees. This is the root of this tree. And around here, a lot of mushroom does be growing. So soon, you guys going to be seeing a lot of mushroom. But anyhow, just like how nature operates with the plant is the same way it operates with us. Because this is a tree going all over here that I'm walking on. And it going all the way over there. Okay? So what I'm talking about is same like how the trees fall down. Sometimes the wind blow them down. But you understand, it's the same thing happen to us. Sometimes we die because of other things, not just old age. You know? Something could fall and hit you and you die. You know what I mean? So it's no excuse of dying. You could die anyhow. But it's the same thing with the plant. They could grow to old age and die. The wind could blow them out the root and they die. And there's other trees that can grow and stifle them and kill them as well. So this is basically how nature operates. With the trees, with us. We can die from old age and we can even die from a young age. In these jungles, sometimes the big trees stop the small trees from growing because they block the sunlight. And with nature, a lot of people could block you from exceeding into a higher position in your job, into progressing, raising your vibration. They could give you wrong information, or they could try to prevent you, tell lies on you. So as you understand, to prevent you from growing to that purity you want to get to. And it's the same in here. A lot of these trees could be a lot bigger, but because of these big trees blocking the sunlight, it keeping them from progress to that maturity. So this is how nature operates. Some got to live for some to die. Same with reality, same with us. That's how it's happened. Somebody died today, there's a lot of babies gonna born tomorrow or the same day to replace that person. Okay? So yes, so this is the journey of nature. I hope you guys enjoy this video because I do trying to raise the vibration of a lot of people understanding how nature operates. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to wet these seedling. So let me show you my whole process. See here I have some pieces of potato to plant. I'm always planting something, guys. Okay, so this is my coconut. This bowl made from coconut. This is a coconut shell. Usually I have some that I eat into, but now I have one to wet my plants with. So I dip the water and then I just start wetting. Because I know the sun is gonna be really hot today and the sun ain't out as yet. The sun is out but it ain't hot as yet. It's still in the morning. When the sun hot, I would not wet these plants at this time. All these, let me just give them some water. I have some tomato seed in this as well, seedlings. Okay, let me wet these okras. All these potato, they need wetting. Even this tomato, I would not wet them. These things plant so deep that they could last 3 weeks without water. So I wouldn't wet these things. I'll only wet small young plants that I now plant. Like these I plant, this is eggplant I plant a couple days ago. So I know for a fact they're gonna need some water. Even here. Only things I now plant, I will wet. Yes, guys. I hope you guys enjoy this journey with me this morning. I hope it's fun for you guys. I hope you guys learn something. I hope you guys see something that motivates you. Because my channel is about motivating people and help lift their spirit. That's what it's about. Motivating and help lifting spirit. All right? So thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share.
doing some video tonight, and let's keep this thing going, man. Yeah. Gardening ain't no joke, man. Gardening is a beautiful thing, man. Just beautiful. You know, guys, I'm gonna show this mushroom, man. I'm gonna show a short video with a mushroom. If you guys have any information about this mushroom, man, please share it with us. This video is about a mushroom that keep growing up in my garden and other place, but I don't know if it's an edible mushroom or not. So let's look at this. Maybe you can see this. Maybe someone might be able to see. Maybe you might have an idea.
We want to remove this mushroom. Oh, this is so sad. All right. So this is the mushroom we now remove. We know nothing about this mushroom. We have no idea, and we're surely not eating it.
All right, guys. This is a mushroom. Hold on. Yes. This is a mushroom. This mushroom grows up in my garden over and over, and at the same place by an oak tree. By the oak tree, it grows the same place. Usually, I do not remove it. I just leave it there and just let it decay and go right back to the earth. But this year, I take it up because I want to see it. And this thing is so solid, and I mean, I was actually beating it like I'm beating a drum, guys. This thing is so solid, so I just want you guys to look at this and tell me if you
okay, but we just want to show you, man, mushroom, this mushroom. We're still looking for information. We did some research on what we can understand. There's a mushroom named mountain chicken, something like that, that grows up in different areas. But now we get to understand. We're trying to identify this mushroom. Look at the bottom of it. This thing is solid as a piece of man. This thing is solid. Damn, you hear it? It feels like a drum, you know, like the drum with the sheep skin that you could play music with. This is the song of this mushroom. So yes, guys, we don't know what it is. We're looking for information on this mushroom because we see many moves. We want to know, is it edible or not? So your help will be appreciated. Let us know if you have any idea of what type of mushroom it is.
Yeah. If you know what type of mushroom is that, you can share it with us, guys. It's important. Okay? Because we have been growing and we just don't know. So every year we just allow them to go back to the court. But this year we really want to see for ourselves if it actually works. You know? Yes, if it's actually an edible mushroom or not. So yes, guys, what's up, man? No, we're gonna have a conversation. No, man. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be talking about things now. What we're gonna talk about? We're gonna talk about ways of, you know, investing, ways of surviving. You know, because the truth is, man, the truth is, knowledge is the key, man. Knowledge, information, and understanding is the key, because there's simple things that we don't know. This is why they say, what they say, you got to pay to be a fool, something like that. You got to pay to be a fool. Why? Because there's so much simple things out there that we have no information about, and people don't share them because people are not interested in see others succeed. And people who know these things is not going to tell you, because you're going to become and compete with them. And this is why many people, many successful people do not share their story, or they will give you a piece of it. Sometimes we catch ourselves buying courses. Sometimes we catch ourselves buying books about stuff. But these books never take you home. When I say take you home, what I mean, take you to the jackpot where you actually can say yes. They take you to a dead-end road. Once you proceed with that book, it's like it takes you to a dead-end road. So people not share information. This is why there will always be people who have and people who don't have. Because people are not willing to share that information for you to come and compete with them. Because you might put them out of business. This is how people see it. People are seeing it as, hey, we all can make it. Most people see it from their eyes, not your eyes. So there's many ways we can really try to invest. Many ways that we can really try to invest. And the truth is, I recommend people to invest. You know, the truth is, sometimes we try to sit on our money. Like we get some finance and we try to sit on it. And why we sit on it? Because we say, you know what, we have things to do, we have bills to pay. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna just put it in the bank, and we're gonna just leave it there in the bank. Put on a few inches, right? But, well, I understand some people have that point of view. But sometimes when you have funds make you invest. Somehow or the other, cash money need to invest. Not to say that. It's designed for you to invest it, not for you to hold it. No. When you look at many people today, they might be very successful, and you might hear, okay, someone is a billionaire, right? Okay. No, there is a billionaire, but they don't have billions of dollars. What they have is asset. And when they add up their asset, that's how their asset adds up for them to be an actual billionaire. What they do, they take their funds and invest it. So they invest it into maybe properties. Some people might invest into bonds, stock, whatever they invest into. But at the end of the day, they let their money works for them. Not you keep working for the money. Let the money work for you. And many people do it, and it's one of the greatest things you could ever do. But one thing I will say, do not invest in people who cannot guarantee you that they know what they're doing or they're for you. Because number one, the worst kind of investment to get into is investment you don't know. And you have to pay somebody to run the investment for you. You have no idea. You have to listen to someone. Someone got to bring the information to you and tell you, okay, this is what's going on. This is it. This is how we do it. This is, no. You need to know what's going on. You need to be able to look through whatever it is, whatever paper works, to see what's going on. I'm telling you, because you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised that people bring in every year, that people bring in a paper for you and showing you this is what's going on with your money, this is your interest, this is what's going on. Next thing you know, one day you might decide, all right, I need some of these funds. Can I, see if you could borrow back some of these funds, and you get in for understand, no, you get in the beat around the bushes. You get in, oh no, it don't work like that. You get in all different type of thing you start hearing. Sometimes many people don't even invest in money. They invest it, yes, but for not you. And you sometimes you believe you have an investment and you don't. So you have to be aware of these things, guys. These things, you got to be aware of them. If you want to, I'm saying money make to invest, not to sit on. The money need to work for you. But what I'm going to say to you, know what you invested into, know who you trust in, know who you giving your finance to invest. You should be up on it. You should know every details about what's going on. You shouldn't be dependent on someone to give you some information for you to know. You're supposed to be able to see and know for yourself. If you don't know, educate yourself. Where you put your money, educate yourself about that investment. So no one could come and beat you around the bushes, because you know the ins and outs. A lot of this is going on. A lot of it is going on today. People believe they have investment and they don't. Okay, there's a lot of things going on these days. So what I'm saying is, if you decide to invest, sometimes you ain't got to invest everything. You invest a portion of it. But if you decide to invest, know who you're investing with before you give out your money to anyone. Make sure you could trust that person. Make sure that person know what they're doing. Many times, people act like investors. And many times, we get fooled by the ties and the jacket and the dress code. If someone come up to you and they have on a sneakers and a short pants and a top, and I talk to you about investing, and maybe they might know fully well about investment, but because of their dress code, you turn them down. Then another person come with a briefcase, just in a suit and tie, and come to you and talking to you about investment. You will listen. Yeah, you will listen. So the dress code is I guess the false impression, and we get locked into the false impression. But we don't need to lock into anything. What we need to do is figure out if this person know what they're talking about. And these days, you could it's easier now that you could actually research, do research. If the person say they have such and such business, okay, so what's the business name? These days now, they have reviews. They are reviews on business. So now, that's another way of finding out things. That's another way of finding out things. So I do believe money made to invest and not to sit on. But I also do believe be careful who you trust. Be careful who you give your money to. And if you invested into something, make sure you know what you invested into. I'm going to play a video that might able to help give some information about investment. Okay, let me find this video. This video, okay, hold on, let me see. Okay, give me a second, let me find this video. Yes, this video gonna be talking a little about investment and how you can invest. And how you can invest. Okay, give me a minute, guys. Okay. This video called The Blueprint. All right, let's play this video, all right? Check out this video, guys. This is a very interesting video. Check this, listen to this video. This is ways of becoming an investor without you actually getting money from borrowing any sort of money. But it takes time, all right? So let's go. Welcome each and everyone. How you guys doing today on this beautiful day? All right, guys, we in 2023, and
It's early in the year. So today I want to motivate each and everyone into a blueprint. I want to present a blueprint part one. This is just part one. I'm going to be sharing today where we will able to lead to success. Success without owing any finance to anyone. But first, you will have to follow these simple rules that you cannot just overlook, which is discipline, sacrifice, and patience. You have to have patience, you have to have discipline, and you have to make sacrifice. Sacrifice, you got to look at your budget. You got to look at how you spend. You got to pay attention to the money that you feel that you should have, instead of you spend it, you should have put it aside. Okay, you got to look into that. You got to be patient because this is not going to happen overnight. This is going to take some time. Some people with this blueprint get lucky and things blow up and work for them. Okay, so I'm going to just give you part one today. I think it's going to be 4 different parts. So you guys tune in. All right. If you feel like you want to become a member of this channel, feel free to join this channel. All right. We appreciate you all. Okay, guys. So now,
Today, I'm going to show you the 5 foods you must avoid eating if you have arthritis. If you have arthritis,
you want to be an investor. You might want to get in the real estate market. But what happened is your credit is flooded. And you know, with your credit, without your credit is right, you cannot go and stand up to a place that you can get money, meaning the bank or whatever financial institute that's lend money. Is hard to get money borrow without credit. You also need a job to make this work. You're definitely gonna need a job to make it work. Okay, it's best for you to have a job. All right. Okay. So now you're working, you have a job, but you have a messed up credit. What you do, you budget yourself, you get a book. You get a book and a pen, and every week you jot down, or every day, whatever you spend within that day, you write it down on a piece of paper. At the end of the week, you add it up and you see how much money did you spend in the week. Then you pay attention, you look at it. You might be buying coffee every day. You might be buying cigarette. You might be buying whatever you buy. So now you got to look into that. So now is either you figure out, should I be buying coffee every day and spending $300 a month? Or should I buy a coffee and whatever you want to put, milk or whatever, and put it in your house and wake up every day and make some coffee and save yourself $200 every month? All right? So you got to work, save, budget yourself. All right? How are we going to take ourselves to buy our first property, which might be a piece of land? All right? So now, most likely you could get a house as well. So let's go. You saving money during the year. And this is most likely for the people who in the US or who in countries that get tax return and these things. This is perfect for you. All right. So at the end of the year, you work all during the year and you save. You save a few $1,000s during the year because you had discipline, you sacrifice, and you had patience.
So you save a few $1,000s during the year, and now you decide, okay, this is tax time. I have to file my tax. I have to file my tax. For the people who don't have this, don't able to file tax and get tax return, you keep on saving. So you ain't left out of this. You keep on saving every year, until you reach that amount of money that you can buy a piece of land, okay? For the people who are able to get a tax return, what I will say to you is, don't look at that money. Don't pay attention to that money. Ignore it. Act like you never had no money coming. Act like you, because people do collect money from tax return. But because our mind is on the money so fast, we start spending it before it reach. Okay? So let's think about forgetting about that money. Right? We're walking and you're still saving. You're still maintaining. Because this is discipline. We got to discipline ourselves. We're still maintaining. And we still have patience. Remember, it cannot walk without these things. Spending, sacrifice, discipline, patience. It cannot walk. All right. So when you receive your tax return, when you see that, all right, I receive my tax return and I have some money here saved. So now I have some money. Remember, your credit messed up, so you can't go to the bank. You basically got to look to buy your stuff cash, right? You got to buy cash. What you do now, you go online and you start searching for land, or maybe a property. Maybe the abandoned building. Maybe it might be a house that boarded up, needs some work, but the funds you save and what you receive from the tax, the return, you can use that and maybe buy a property. That's your first property right there, without buying out cash. You see what I'm saying? Because what I'm going to tell you now, you cannot be scared at the same time. You might be living in an area where property is very expensive and you cannot afford that property. So don't get torn away from that, because that could turn you away and that could make you, oh man, I can't afford it. That could take you off your track. That could distract you from your goal. Remember, your goal is becoming a real estate. Your credit is messed up and you have a job which ain't that, but it helps. It's still able to make you save. So remember that. So now, what you can do, I'm saying what you can do. You could start looking different areas, because sometimes different areas have property that you could buy out very cheap. You might got to fix them, but at the end of the day, that's your first property you're able to buy. If it's not where you live in, you try to board it up for now and maintain the yard. Make sure the yard is clean. You could always hire someone, pay them every 2 weeks to cut the lawn.
As an entrepreneur, as a creator, I'm 24/7.
Then you have some people now who could buy their first piece of land with that money. Don't take that money, go shopping. Yes, go shopping for property, for land. So now some people could buy a piece of land, some people might find a property that they could buy cash because they save all year and they also receive some money from the return. That's your first property, guys. Do you understand? Your first property without owing anybody, without going to the bank, and you own your first property. But you got to remember, if you cannot afford it, where you live in, look outside. Look in other places. Because sometimes you're looking at these places as, oh no, but sometimes these places, in a few years, these places are going to start developing. And when they start developing, the value of the land going to be rising, the value of the property going to be rising. So now, the property that you bought for a fraction of what it could sell for now, you on the win. You ain't own nobody. It's your property. You could sell it and buy a bigger property, or you could still keep it. All right? The same with the land. The land could rise, the price could rise. If you feel like selling it and buy a bigger piece or a property, you can do that as well. But this blueprint, you ain't owing nobody. All right? This is for the people who do not have credit and cannot go and face banks and financial institute to get any loan. All right, so that's your first property, guys. I'm going to end it very short because I have 4 parts in this. Okay, so I'm just leaving you how easy it is for you to own your first property without owing anybody. So remember, spending, sacrifice, discipline, patience. All right? Always remember, you don't have to buy the property exactly where you live in. Maybe you might even like the area, but at the end of the day, that's what you could afford. And who knows, years from now, that same area might develop. And now your property value had risen so high. All right? So that's part 1, guys. I hope you guys tune in because part 2 is coming. Always remember, stay positive, stay focused. All right, guys. Okay, so I hope this live could motivate someone today. All right. Thank you guys for coming through as always. I appreciate each and every one of you. See you guys soon.